welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name's Elliot and you're watching Rickety Ski Reviews. Today, we're talking about our final ski review for the year. This is the Rossignol Forza 70. I skied this in a 181, which means it has a 15-meter turn radius, a very, very aggressive turn radius. So I'll kind of give you all the basic specs and then we'll talk about the most important part, how to actually feel on snow. So this ski's weight comes in with bindings, as you kind of see a lot of times with some of these carving skis, at a 2,200 gram weight. As the name suggests, it's got a 77 millimeter width underfoot. This ski comes with a full Titanal layer as well as carbon. It uses a poplar wood core, and if you can watch from the video, it actually has like a very distinct tip shape. It's almost got kind of like that like round out, and then it's got almost a flat, slightly rounded tip. These skis retail for $849.95 on Rossignol's website with bindings. However, I've seen them on Evo right now for $650, so your mileage may vary as far as price goes. If you're interested in buying the ski and you found this review helpful, I will put a link down below so you can purchase it. That's a free way to basically support the channel, and it also supports the channel with any other purchases you make from REI or wherever. So I'll have links down below in the description. But you know, I'm not affiliated with Rossignol. Rossignol didn't send me these. I basically did a mini marathon at my home mountain. They charged me about 35 bucks and let me demo as many skis as I wanted. They only carry Rossignol, so this was one of 4 that I skied in the day. However, this is probably the ski I got some of the most runs in, just because I like carving skis and had a lot of fun. Maybe the 110 Sender Free I spent a little more time on, just because that was so much fun to go off trail with. But I spent a good 6 to 7 runs on this ski. I skied these skis back in February and am finally getting my review out for them now. There was just a huge rush of skis, so I kind of kept my Rossignol mini marathon stuff in my notes and I'm giving you my impressions now. Alright, so now that we talked about all the stats, let's talk first impressions. Honestly, with the first impressions, everything feels very well tuned, like somebody really polished this ski, because the turn initiation felt very smooth, the like release of your pressure at the end of the turn felt very smooth. It's a very smooth entrance into turns, kind of with that really aggressive turn tip, and a really smooth release of energy at the back. And that's just kind of the first impression all around, just smoothness in and out of turns. I will say I was a little intimidated by the tips at first. I don't know why, they make me nervous. It feels almost like walking on high heels, especially if you get into any softer snow. The tips are just so aggressive that it can make you feel a little worried that they're gonna catch. That's more of a psychological thing, but it was a very strong first impression. All right, now that we get that out of the way, let's talk about the good. The good, as I said, is a lot of that smoothness. The thing I really liked about that was just like, turn initiation is so easy. It's similar kind of to the tip shape reminds me a lot of what you see on some of the Black Crows, like the Octo or the Mirror's Core. So it's just got that kind of almost flat, slightly rounded tip, and it's got so much splay on the tip that's really aggressive with turn initiation. If anything, you look at the stats just on paper and it makes sense. The turn initiation is so aggressive because it has such a short turn radius. I also liked how stable this ski was at speeds. When I got the ski going at kind of higher speeds, it really didn't feel too much in chatter, felt very stable. And I like the feeling of the material of the ski. Kind of that flex, hold steady, feels strong. There's never an area where I felt like shaky or sketchy. I'd say that if you like that 15-meter turn radius and you want a ski that executes it nearly perfectly, this is a ski for you. If you like short turn radiuses, this ski is really good at that. At its perfect turn radius, it executes flawlessly. But now that we talked about the good, let's talk about the bad. And if you're buying a ski, don't you want to know the good and the bad? So let's talk about it. The good always kind of goes hand in hand with the bad sometimes. And like I kind of alluded to, the thing with this ski is that it's really locked into that 15-meter turn radius. It does not have a lot of flexibility in other turn shapes it'll allow you to make. I can't kind of find a soft spot and release it. It is very set on being on trail and only making that 15-meter radius turn. It's also fairly limited because it has such an aggressive tip splay. It's fairly limited in the edge angles you can get. If you go way too far or you try to get your hip to the ground, it doesn't really like that. Like the tips will kind of initiate, or they don't really like you to get too far up. I found that they would kind of either slide, or they just like, they were expecting a short quick turn. They don't want to kind of do a big long like hero turn where you try to get your hip to the ground. Just something I noticed, that the edge angles seem to be limited. That could have been how it's tuned. That could have been the degree that they put on the side when they tuned it, but it was something I noticed in this demo. Rossignol doesn't send me these skis, so I'm working with demo skis from the lodge. And with it being kind of fairly limited with its turn shapes, you're just kind of limited in the lines you can take across the hill. If the line you want to take where like someone's in your way and you want to kind of go off into the side, you're limited, because if it doesn't fit in that 15-meter turn radius, the skis really don't allow you to do that. So I think if somebody is really set on getting like the perfect turn at exactly this radius, this is a great option. But if you're somebody who likes to play with your turn radiuses, and you're somebody who likes to kind of play with the flex of the turn, and you know, like Volcal, the Kendo is really good at giving you different options. Same with the Octo. This ski doesn't do that. It's very set on, this is the exact turn you're gonna make. We're gonna do a good job of it, but we're not gonna give you a lot of options. And the other bad on that too is the same with the ski. The ski is very narrow. It's meant for on trail performance. So if you get any kind of surprise powder or try to take it off trail in any capacity, you're really not gonna have a good time. I think that's fine if you know what you're getting into, but if you're expecting the ski to be like an all mountain, you can take it anywhere, or even slightly take it off trail, you should know it's very limited in that sense. And I think for that price, I love carving, but I have a hard time recommending these skis that are fairly expensive and very limited on where you can take them. I think for people, the Rossignol experience 9 out of 10 times would be a more fulfilling and more enjoyable ski. Now this ski definitely carves better than the experience, but at least in the West, in Idaho, being that limited to well-groomed trails can be really frustrating. But that all being said, the lines you do take and the carved turns you do make are very smooth and very rewarding. So for me, personally, as somebody who's not paid by Rossignol, who paid my own money to demo these skis, I'm gonna give them a 7.8 out of 10. I think what they do well, but you need to know, hey, this is for somebody who wants to stay on blue squares, green circles, or even like, you know, groomed black diamonds that are just steep. And you're only gonna make those quick carving turns. Maybe if you're a ski instructor, maybe if you're a parent skiing with other kids and you're staying on those groomers, maybe you're somebody with family who doesn't like to leave the side of the trails. Sure, I can see like for a handful of people, this being a really excellent ski, especially if you like quick and responsive and smooth turns. But just know that like you're not only bound to just on-trail performance, you're also bound to that really hard-locked 15-meter turn radius. So anyway, that's the end of my review. Like I said before, very smooth turn initiation, very smooth turn exit. Really, this ski will turn on a dime, but you are going to, with that really responsive ski, be limited to those set radiuses. It really doesn't like to be stretched out. It really doesn't like a lot of different high edge angles. It's very set on what this ski wants to do. But as always, that's just my opinion. If you've tried these skis and have your own opinion, please leave a comment down below. I find that it's always really helpful for people who are looking to buy these skis. And if you want to buy the ski, like I said, I will have a link down below. As always, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this review useful. We have memberships if you want to join. Lots of perks, like I'll help you with your own ski purchase. But more than anything, just thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. If you want to like and subscribe down below, I know it's tacky to ask about that, but it does support the channel and it's free for you, the viewer. Anyway, more than anything, like I said, thanks for being here. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.